This week at Bungie, we've got a pretty interesting change coming if you're a more fashion-minded Guardian, as well as a Guardian who likes to earn yourself some Nightfall rewards. What's going on, guys? My name is the Black Link, and of course, today is Thursday, July 22nd, 2021, and that means it's time for another issue of the Bungie Weekly Blog, This Week at Bungie. We're a few weeks into the Solstice of Heroes, and we've got 1 week left in that event. So if you haven't gotten your armor up to the wonderful Majestic set yet, you've still got 1 week left to get that done. Thankfully, as we've covered in previous weeks, it's actually really easy to get your armor maxed out this time around, so hopefully it doesn't take you too long. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive on into this week's TWAB. Now, at the start of this season, of course, we got access to the new Transmog Glamour system here in Destiny 2. It, of course, brought back the wonderful 801 from the Black Armory phase of the D2 story, and provided a, functional, albeit confusing method for turning your armor into universal ornaments. Well, in the first section of the TWAB, we're learning about a pretty cool change that's going to be happening in Season 15 concerning the Synth Strand system. And here's what Bungie had to say about that. Since the launch of Season of the Splicer, we have been monitoring reception and behavior around our new armor synthesis system. Today, we'd like to review a minor update around the system's currencies. Effective at the start of Season 15, we will deprecate the passively earned world currency, Synthstrand, that was used to purchase armor synthesis bounties from 801. In its place, these bounties will be purchasable for 10,000 Glimmer instead. Our hope is that this change reduces the time needed to earn your 10 Synthweave tokens per class each season. Removing this currency also frees up a slot in the consumables inventory bucket. A bucket that could be full for those of you carrying around a large quantity of items, hence yours truly. Finally, we hope this change reduces the complexity of the armor synthesis system with only one remaining currency for each class that can be immediately turned in at 801's loom for a Synthweave token. We'll continue to monitor the conversation and use of armor synthesis as Season 15 rolls out. In the meantime, keep showing us your new looks. The team is inspired and delighted by the incredible creativity they've seen from Guardians around the world thus far. We can't wait to see more. And this already, I have to say, is a fantastic change. Bravo, Bungie. This is something I'm really happy to see. While I'm not going to spend too much time relitigating some of my gripes with the glamour system here, safe to say it was always a little bit confusing that you had to earn one type of currency that was time gated. Remember, you can only get a little bit of it every couple of minutes or so. And then use that currency to turn in for bounties and another type of currency that you turned into Synthweave and all that kind of stuff. It seemed a little bit confusing. Why not just let us get the bounties, get the Synthweave, get our glamour on? So I'm really happy to see that Bungie is going to be making that major change to the armor synthesis system starting next month, which of course begins on August 24th. Great stuff there. Good way to start out this week's TWAB. But it's not the only thing that's getting a new look. The Bungie store is also being revamped. If you're somebody who also visits Bungie's web pages and visits the Bungie store, you'll probably notice you had to reset your account password or re-log in over the course of this week. Well, turns out there's a pretty good reason for that. The Bungie store team has been hard at work behind the scenes, making the Bungie store a better place to shop, especially for your Bungie rewards. Existing Bungie store customers can now reset their password and migrate their original Bungie store account into this new site. From there, you can link your Bungie store account to your Bungie.net account to view and purchase Bungie rewards without a code. If you reset your password before July 31st, 2021 at 11:59 p.m., you'll also get a free exclusive in-game emblem, New Blue, sent via email by August 6th. So go check out the new and improved BungieStore.com and see what Bungie rewards you've already got unlocked, and treat yourself to some new merch. You of course deserve it. This is pretty cool. I like not having to put in codes anymore for things that I've earned over the course of playing the game, so it's definitely neat to see that moving forward. And if you want access to that exclusive emblem, again, make sure that you link your account before the end of the month. But alright, moving on from that, the next big topic of conversation we've got concerns Nightfall rewards next season. Of course, we're going to be getting a new batch of Nightfall exclusive loot with Season 15. And with that batch of new loot, we're going to be seeing different rotations of new and old Nightfall exclusive gear. Here's what Bungie had to say. Next week, Nightfalls will feature double rewards. We will also have a mixed bag of rewards as Palindrome, the Swarm, and Shadow Price will all be dropping. So everything is on the menu, and with double rewards, it's a fantastic opportunity to pick up more roles and add them to your collection for the first time. Speaking of Nightfall rewards, starting in Season 15, the Nightfall weapon rotation will be changing. Instead of 6 weapons in a 1-1-3 rotation as we had in the second half of Season 14, we'll have 8 weapons, in pairs consisting of 1 newer and 1 older weapon. You might remember the new weapons being reprised from Destiny 1 as a hilarious shotgun and a rocket launcher that was the ultimate reward for doing the longest Crucible quest in the game. Each week, one of these new additions will be featured along with another weapon already in the pool. And then we get the example of what exactly Bungie means here. The hilarious shotgun, the comedian from Destiny 1, might be paired with Shadow Price one week, and then another week it might be a legendary rocket launcher that was so ridiculously difficult to get in D1. I'll never forget finishing that quest. and getting my hands on it only to realize it was absolutely worthless, but it looked good. The Hothead might be paired with something like Hung Jury. They finish this section up by saying, the additions this season have the spicy perk combinations typical of Nightfall loot, including a couple of perks not seen on these archetypes in the past. Which is what I was going to say. Really excited about the Hothead coming back. That weapon, it has such an odd place in Destiny lore as being this weapon that was super difficult to get. I'd imagine not a lot of people actually wound up going through the entire Lord Shaxx questline to get this thing, but it was worthless in D1, aside from being one of the cooler looking rockets in the game. I hope it comes back here in Destiny 2 next season with decent stats and a really great perk pool. It was a weapon that was modeled after the Dragon's Breath exotic rocket launcher in D1, and it's a model I've missed for a long time. But there we go. We're going to have a brand new slate of rewards available as Nightfall exclusive weapons starting next season, alongside a new rotation of weapons that were introduced this season and last season thrown into the mix. Good stuff. I'm always really happy to see these types of reward systems moving forward. I think Bungie should definitely expand upon it. I think there's some changes they should make with like Grandmasters. Maybe introduce a skeleton key type system. Just something to make Grandmasters a little bit more worthwhile to run. I think if you're finishing a Grandmaster Nightfall, you should have a guaranteed reward there rather than, just a higher chance at getting that adept reward. And hopefully we hear more about that sort of system moving forward. But alright, Guardians, that's pretty much it for the biggest bits of news contained in this week's issue of the Bungie Weekly Blog, This Week at Bungie. Some really cool stuff there, really excited about the Synthweave change, really excited about the incoming Nightfall rewards. Cannot wait to get my hands on that stuff and a lot of the other things we're going to be getting starting on August 24th. But that's the news and those are my thoughts. Be sure to leave me yours down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. I'm out for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.